subscribe, like, share. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to take a closer look at these basketball cards. Now you would think that these are normal sports cards, which is cardboard ink, nothing special, but inside these cards is real gold. Not foil, not plated, actual 14 karat gold. And here's the crazy part. The gold inside these cards is worth more than what collectors usually pay for the card itself. So what are these? These are Topps basketball cards from the late 2000s. Each one has a 1.25 gram 14 karat gold medallion embedded right into the card. Not glued on afterwards, not aftermarket, factory sealed by Topps. Here's the players: Brandon Rush, Daryl Arthur, OJ Mayo, and Brooke Lopez. Okay, so let's talk some numbers. Now each medallion weighs 1.25 grams. They are 14 karat gold, which means 58.5% purity. That works out to roughly 0.73 grams of pure gold per card. Now let's talk spot price. At today's gold prices, at the time I'm making this video, that puts the melt value alone at around $50 to $55 per card. That is the absolute floor. If you handed this to a refiner, that's what they'd care about. Not the player, not the year, not the condition, just the gold, just the metal. Here's where things get funny. If you look at the sports card listings, price guides, even eBay comps, you'll often see these cards priced below that melt value. Sometimes way below, meaning the market is saying this card is worth less than the gold inside it. That tells you everything you need to know about how irrational collectibles can be. Collectors don't price weight, they price hype. Gold doesn't care. And this is where it gets really interesting for precious metal people. This is a perfect example of why I stack metal and not trends. Gold has a built-in floor. Paper collectibles do not. When hype fades, when collectors move on, when a player's career doesn't pan out, gold is still gold. These cards could be scratched, hated, ignored, forgotten, and the gold would still be worth melting. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to melt these. Not right now. Because these things, they're interesting. They're weird. They're a perfect conversation piece. But here's the important part. If gold doubles someday and collectors still don't care, then these cards quietly become tiny gold bars with basketball trivia attached. And this might upset some people, but I'm going to say it anyway. If a collectible contains real precious metal and the market prices it below melt, then the collectible market is wrong, period. Gold has been money for thousands of years. Basketball cards have not. One of those has a longer track record. So here's my question for you. Would you keep these as collectibles, or would you melt them and take the gold? Let me know down in the comment section below. And here's something most precious metal people probably haven't thought about. Cards like this can actually be a backdoor way to acquire gold. If the seller either doesn't know or doesn't care about the metal inside, most sport card sellers price these as novelty inserts, not bullion. They're looking at player names, condition, and old price guides, not the gold weight. That means if you're patient and you watch the market, you might occasionally find one of these cards out there listed below the melt value of the gold inside. I'm not saying this is common, and I'm not saying you should destroy collectibles. I'm saying this is one of those rare crossover moments where metal knowledge gives you an edge. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any comments or thoughts, just go ahead and post it down below. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.